Hello. If you struggle with making a choice, here is a simple way of doing that. And what's important is thinking about something, right? There are two options. And when you think about option one, you check in with your body and you tune in and you notice if there is contraction or if there is expansion in the body. And you check in with the second choice and you notice if there is contraction or there is expansion in the body. And in the beginning, when you start practicing that, it'll be very slight, the sense, of contraction and expansion. But the thing is, the more you do it, the more you can listen to your body and the more the feelings will be clear for you. So is it expanding or is it contracting? And I find in my work with whatever work I'm doing, it actually comes down to two things. Are we expanding or are we contracting? And that's what I found is that the trick is when we feel contracted, what do I need to do to soften so I can go back to expansion? And the practice I offer the women that I work with, when we close our hearts and we close our bodies, and that's how we lose our sexual desire, that's how we lose our desire for life and for love, is actually to feel into that contraction, feel into the contracted heart, contracted body, and then just soften your lips, soften your throat, soften your heart, soften your belly, and soften your yoni. And the yoni is the word for the sexual organs. So instead of fighting with a contraction and trying to get out of it and change yourself, just softening into that. And once we soften, we start to expand and we open up to all the emotions. And then we can be in a very different state and relate to the world from the expanded state. So yeah, that's my invitation for you. Whatever you're dealing with, just notice, am I in contraction or am I in expansion? And then figure out what is it that I need to do to go back to expansion. And quite often just softening helps us so much. We don't need to do any big things and go through emotional releases or trying so hard to figure it out. All we need to do is actually to soften and to accept the contraction. And that's how we can flow back into the expansion. And I'm sure, over New Year's and Christmas, there are so many times and places where you will go into contraction and you will have to figure out, how do I make choices in my life? So keep on noticing and checking with your body. Am I contracted? Am I expanded? And do please comment below this video if this is helpful. But I found this is the only thing basically that we need to do in life. Notice how we contract to expand it and how can I step baback into that expanded state. Big hug to you all. Bye.